Hello student, we have to see the lesson number 6, that is River of India. In previous lesson, we have seen that all the landforms in our India, that is India, are beautiful country. Now we have to see that rivers. Which rivers are there, how they have formed, and what are their ages that we have to see. See here, one picture has given to you. Question: pick the correct statements. A. The snow on the mountains melts to form rivers. Yes, it is correct statement. Rivers give water to help farmers to grow the food we eat. Yes, it is again correct statement. See, river water is not good for the plant. It is the wrong. Got it? Okay. Next. Rivers are large fresh water bodies. They are born high up in the mountains. They flow down from the mountains to plain, where crops are grown. Finally, they enter the sea. A river passes through 3 stages of a life. Let's understand these stages. See student, here we have to see about the river. As we know about that, river is a fresh water body. It is a large, always river born in the high up in the mountain. They flow down in the from the mountains to the plain where crops are grown. Means crops are grown in the plain region. We know that plain region having the flat surface. It is fertile land. Okay. Finally, they are entering in the sea. A river passes through the 3 stages of life. Let's understand, like us, a river also having the stages. Student, when we born, we are the small babies. After that, we will become the kid, then children, then teenager, after that adult and old person. These are the stages of our life. In this way, river also having the different stages. See, first stage of the river is the young river or the upper course. First stage of the river is called as the young river or the upper course. Second, the middle age river or the middle course. Third, the old river or the lower course. The young river is quick and fast. The young river is quick and fast with a lot of energy. It looks small but has a rapid flow that can cut through rocky hills and mountains. At this stage, a river can create a waterfall. This is the first stage, that is where the river gets birth. From that place to the downside, means always we have seen river's birthplace is high mountains or a hills. From the hills and mountains, it's come down in the form of flow. That flow is having the lot of energy, student. Do you know about this energy? This energy we are using to make इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. हाइड्रो पावर जो है आपके घर में आती है, वो हाइड्रो पावर है. मतलब किससे बनाया जाता है? वाटर से. तो आपको बता दूं मैं कि वाटर में बहुत एनर्जी है. अगर वो जोर से फोर्स से ऊपर नीचे आ रही है river, तो it having a lot of energy, and that energy or that force can break the rocky hills कितने भी रॉकी हिल्स हो, माउंटेन्स हो, वो उसको ब्रेक कर सकता है, वो जो फ्लो ऊपर से आता है। दे आर इट मेकिंग द वाटरफॉल्स। हमने वाटरफॉल्स वाटर बॉडी देखी कि ऊपर से नीचे फ्लो बहुत ज़ोरों से आता है, उसे कहते हैं वाटरफॉल्स। अंडरस्टूड? So here we have seen the first stage, that is the young river, means where the river can take the birth, and from that it's quick and fast with a lot of energy. It having the lot of energy. Keep in mind, it having the lot of energy. It can break the rocky mountains and hills. Okay. Next, that is the middle age river. The middle age river grows to become wider and slows down. This river flows on the plains and grows to become wider. ये वाइडर होता है, ऊपर से जब पानी नीचे आता है तो वो स्मॉलर में स्मॉल स्ट्रीम्स आते हैं. ऑल स्मॉल स्ट्रीम्स कम टुगेदर एंड जॉइन ऑन द प्लेन. तो प्लेन सरफेस पे ये सब इकट्ठा होते हैं तो ये वाइडर हो जाते हैं, बहुत बड़ी हो जाती है. इट्स गेट वाइडर एंड स्लोज डाउन इट्स स्पीड. ऊपर से नीचे आते वक्त ये बहुत फास्ट स्पीड में होती है, और जब वो प्लेन रीजन में पहुंचती है इट विल गेट डाउन, मीन्स इट इज़ नॉट ए फास्ट. ओके, इट हैविंग अ स्लो फ्लो. At this stage, it leaves the high and steep mountains. Yeah, is in this stage, what a river is doing? It's leaving that mountain, steep mountains and high mountains. It's leaving it and it's reached towards the plain and enters the plain. Its speed decreases as it has a lot of weight in the form of silt, rocks and boulders. Silt, rocks and boulder means it contains the dead animals, plants and other material in it, as well as rocks are there, stones are there. Boulders means stones are there that have now broken down. अभी ऊपर से नीचे आते वक्त ये एक दूसरे के ऊपर ऐसे जोर जोर से रब होते हैं, तो इसकी वजह से क्या होता है, दे आर कन्वर्टिंग इन टू द स्मॉल 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 पार्टिकल्स. इट हैज़ गेटिंग ब्रोकन डाउन राइट नाउ. और क्या होता है, इट मेंडर्स as it flows and deposit the materials here and there. These deposits are the rich in alluvial deposits that make the soil fertile to grow crops. See, it having the alluvial deposits means all the things, silt, rocks, boulders, dead materials, dead plants, all the things are there, and because of that it become the very fertile land. And here are the menders. Mending of river means it deposit all things like this, and by that it will get these curves. It is called as mending of the river. Mending of a river. Okay. Next, that is the old river. This is the next stage. The old river reaches the end of its journey. This it is the last stage of this journey, like our older age. The end of the river is called the mouth. The speed of river is very slow, and it again deposits a lot of material at the mouth. It again deposits lot of material at the mouth, means whichever she has flows, whichever she has taken with her, that can deposit at the end. Okay, and here its speed will get the slow down. Okay, many rivers from a triangular shaped area called delta at the mouth before the river joins the sea. See, material when it get deposits, it's become the triangular shape. This one is triangular shape. Okay, so this is part is called as delta. It is called as delta. Before she joins with the sea, it makes the triangular shaped area called as delta. A delta region is very fertile. Why it is fertile? Because it has a deposition of each and everything which material she has taken with her, that deposited here. So it is rich. It is rich in vitamins. It is rich in the minerals and alluvial. It is rich in the alluvial, and it is the fertile land. The Ganga Brahmaputra delta is biggest delta in the world. पूरे वर्ल्ड में सबसे बड़ा डेल्टा कौन सा है? तो गंगा एंड ब्रह्मपुत्र. डेल्टा मीन्स व्हाट स्टूडेंट? वंस अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग दिस. मेनी रिवर्स फॉर्म्स ए ट्रायंगुलर शेप एरिया called as delta at the mouth before river joins the sea. Whenever rivers going to join with the sea, before that she is making that triangular shape area which has all the deposit material is called as delta, and Ganga Brahmaputra delta is the biggest delta in the world. It has a swampy marshes covered by the mangrove forest called the Sundarbans. These forests get their name from the Sundari trees that grows here. See, mangroves forest called the Sundarbans. तो ये सुंदरबन नाम क्यों है इस फॉरेस्ट को? बिकॉज इट हैविंग द मेनी सुंदरी ट्रीज, सो इट इज द सुंदरबन. गॉट इट? Okay, let's see the multiple choice questions. River are the fresh land masses. B, clouds. C, water bodies. Yes, it is a fresh water bodies. A river has stages of a life. 2, 3 and 4. 3 stages are here. The young river, then the middle aged river, and third one is the old river. Okay, we move towards the next point, that is types of rivers. In India, rivers are of two types. One, snow fed. Second, rain fed. We have to see the snow fed rivers. Snow fed rivers are those rivers that get their water from the snow that melts on the mountains. Got it? जो स्नो माउंटेन्स के ऊपर होता है वो मेल्ट होने के बाद जो वाटर फॉर्म होता है, जो स्ट्रीम्स फॉर्म होते हैं, जो रिवर फॉर्म होती है, उसे कहा जाता है स्नो फेड रिवर्स. सो कीप इन माइंड, स्नो फेड रिवर्स आर दोज रिवर्स दैट गेट देयर वाटर फ्रॉम द स्नो that melts on the mountains. The Himalayan remains snow covered throughout the year. Himalayan ranges are there, Himalayan mountains are there. It has covered throughout of the year. So they are covered with the glaciers that looks like a rivers of ice. So glaciers are there. Okay, so it looks like a rivers of ice. These glaciers or huge blocks of ice sheets melt down to form streams that flow from the mountains. Many such streams join to form a river. The glaciers are also huge that these rivers have water throughout the year. These rivers are perennial rivers. This means that they don't become dry. Understand? Perennial matlab this means that they do not become dry. They keep giving water to the people living in the regions where they flow. The Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra and Indus are the snow-fed rivers that flow through North India or the northern plains and make the area fertile. The area that gets watered by the river and its tributaries is called its basin. Rivers are joined by their tributaries or they flow down. As they flow down. A tributary is a small river that joins a large river. The Yamuna is the main tributary of river Ganga. See the student, snow-fed rivers we are seeing. Snow-fed rivers generally Himalayan ranges. It having the snow. It has covered with the snow. That snow, many glaciers are there. Glaciers that look like a rivers of ice. मतलब ऊपर पूरा आइस का ब्लॉक होता है, पूरा ह्यूज ब्लॉक ऑफ द आइस शीट मेल्ट डाउन टू फॉर्म ए स्ट्रीम्स. तो ये पूरा ग्लेशियर से जो आइस शीट बना हुआ होता है वो अगर मेल्ट डाउन हो गया तो उसका क्या होता है, स्ट्रीम्स फ्लो. स्ट्रीम्स छोटा छोटे नाले तैयार होते हैं और वो माउंटेन से बहने स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं. मैनी सच स्ट्रीम्स, ऐसे ही छोटे छोटे स्ट्रीम्स जॉइन होने के बाद ये बड़ा रिवर तैयार करता है. एंड दीज रिवर्स आर पेरेनियल रिवर्स. पेरेनियल रिवर्स मीन्स व्हाट स्टूडेंट? दे डोंट बिकम dry. They keep giving water to the people living in the regions where they flow. और ये 12 महीने पानी देते. They never get up dries. But we know about the some rivers are there. They are getting dry in the summer season. But about these snow-fed rivers, it is not happening. They are flowing for a 12 months. They are not getting dried up. Okay, here some rivers you have given the examples: the Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra and Indus. These are the snow-fed rivers flow through the North India, or we can say northern plains, so and make the area fertile. The area that gets water by a river and its tributaries are called as its basin. Rivers are joined by their tributaries as they flow down. A tributary is a small river that joins a large river. The Yamuna is main tributary of river Ganga. Now we have to see about the Ganga. It originates from the Gangotri Glacier in Uttarakhand. Where its origin is? Gangotri Glaciers in Uttarakhand. It flows down the mountains and reaches the plains at Haridwar. माउंटेन से फ्लो डाउन होती है और कहाँ पे आती है? हरिद्वार पे. इसका ओरिजिन कहाँ पे है? गंगोत्री ग्लेशियर्स इन बांग्लादेश. अनदर रिवर कॉल्ड एज ब्रह्मपुत्र जॉइंस द गंगा. सो गंगा को कौन सी दूसरी रिवर जॉइन होती है? ब्रह्मपुत्र, विच इज ओरिजिनेटेड इन द बांग्लादेश. सॉरी, ब्रह्मपुत्र जॉइन होती है बांग्लादेश में. जॉइंस टू द गंगा. इट देन ड्रेन्स इनटू द बे ऑफ बंगाल. तो ये कहाँ पे जाती है? बे ऑफ बंगाल में ड्रेन होती है. इलाहाबाद, Kanpur, Patna and Varanasi are some of the main cities located on the banks of the river Ganga. तो इसके रिवर गंगा के बैंक्स में कौन कौन से सिटीज़ हैं? इलाहाबाद, कानपुर, पटना, वाराणसी. These are the cities. Now we have to see about the Yamuna. River Yamuna has its source in Yamunotri Glacier. The river flows down the mountains and reaches the plains. Delhi and Agra are located on its banks. So यमुना के तट पे कौन से है? दिल्ली एंड आगरा. It joins the river Ganga at Allahabad. So देखो, ब्रह्मपुत्र कहाँ पे? बांग्लादेश में जॉइन होती है गंगा को. यमुना कहाँ पे जॉइन होती है? इलाहाबाद में. So the place where they meet is called as Sangam. The two rivers they meet with each other is called as Sangam. So this Sangam is, where is this Sangam? In the Allahabad. Yamuna joins to the river Ganga at the Allahabad is called as Sangam. Now we have to see the Brahmaputra. Now we have, before that we have seen Brahmaputra joins to the Ganga in the Bangladesh. Now we have to see about the Brahmaputra river. Its source is near the Lake Mansarovar in the Tibet, where it is called Tsangpo. Only a part of this river flows through India. It enters India in Arunachal Pradesh. It then flows through the state of Assam and joins the river Ganga, which is called by the name Padma or Prayag in Bangladesh. Okay. So ये ब्रह्मपुत्र का ओरिजिन कहाँ पे है? Source Lake of Mansarovar, which is present in the Tibet. It is again in the Himalayan ranges. Okay, where it is called as Tsangpo. Only a part of this river flows through India. बहुत छोटा पार्ट ये इंडिया से जाता है. It enters in India in अरुणाचल प्रदेश से एंट्री होता है. It flows through the state of Assam and joins the river Ganga. कहाँ पे? इन बांग्लादेश में. वो कहाँ से फ्लो होती है? पहले एंटर अरुणाचल प्रदेश से होती है, फिर वो फ्लो होते होते स्टेट असम में पहुँच जाती है, फिर गंगा को बांग्लादेश में वो वहाँ पे मिल जाती है, तो उसे कहा जाता है पद्मा और प्रयाग. उस संगम को, वो जॉइंट है, उसे क्या कहा जाता है? प्रयाग और पद्मा. नाउ वी हैव टू सी रिवर्स इंडस. The Indus has its source near Mansarovar. It is again near the Mansarovar in the Himalayas. It is joined by the 5 rivers Jhelum, Satluj, Chenab, Ravi and Beas. ओके, ये मैप में मैं आपको वीडियो में दिखाऊंगी, इसका वीडियो जब होगा तो. All these rivers flow through the Punjab. Punjab gets its name from the 5 rivers which flow through it. Punj or Panch means 5. Ab means water. See how nicely it has. Punch means punch or 5. Ab means water. So river Indus flows into Pakistan and drains into the Arabian Sea. The Bhakra Nangal Dam is built on the river Satluj. So here we have seen in this, its source is the Mansarovar in Himalayas. It is again joined by the 5 rivers, that is Jhelum, Satluj, Chenab, Ravi and Beas. So ये सब 5 इकट्ठा होने के कारण all these rivers flow through the Punjab. This region's name Punjab has given by these five rivers, that is Panch means Panch and Ab means water. Okay, and on this river there is a Bhakra Nangal Dam. Okay, a dam is present on this river. I hope you are getting all the information properly. So these are the snow-fed rivers. Now we have to see the rain-fed rivers. Rain-fed rivers are those rivers that get their water from the rains. Okay, these rivers depend on the rainfall for their water and dry up when rainfall is not there. This shows that they are seasonal rivers. The rivers of southern India are rain-fed rivers. Let's read about them. So students, snowfall rivers, they are having the perennial rivers, means whole year they are having the water, whole year. And which are the rivers which is depend on the rain only. They are the seasonal rivers. Whenever there is a rain, that time they are, for a few months they are flowing, and whenever there is a summer season has started, it will get the drier. Now we will see the Narmada. This river has its source in Madhya Pradesh. It drains into the Arabian Seas. तो मध्य प्रदेश में इसका सोर्स है, वहाँ से किधर जाती है? अरेबियन सीज में मिलती है. It is a river of central India. The river separates North India and South India. ये रिवर से दो सेपरेट रीजन हमें पता चलते हैं कि ये नॉर्थ एंड साउथ ये दोनों के सेपरेशन हो जाते हैं. ओके, it is river of central India. Okay, Narmada, its origin is at the Madhya Pradesh. Okay, it drains into the Arabian Seas. Now we have to see the Tapi. This is also the river of central India. ये भी सेंट्रल इंडिया से है, सेंटर में आती है. इट फ्लोज थ्रू द स्टेट्स ऑफ महाराष्ट्र के स्टेट से जाती है, मध्य प्रदेश एंड गुजरात. इट ड्रेन्स इनटू अगेन इन द अरेबियन सीज. महानंदी, दिस रिवर फ्लोज थ्रू द मध्य प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़ एंड ओडिशा and drains into the Bay of Bengal. The Hirakud Dam is built on the river Mahanandi. Hirakud Dam is present on the Mahanandi. Next is Godavari. This river rises from the western Ghats and flows through the Maharashtra, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. It drains into the Bay of Bengal. Its delta in Andhra Pradesh is fertile and is used to grow rice. Krishna, it starts from the western Ghats and flows through the Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. It drains into the Bay of Bengal. The Nagarjuna Sagar Dam is built on this river. Kaveri, it is the most important river of Tamil Nadu. It flows through the Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and drains into the Bay of Bengal. Tanjore district is the rice bowl of South India. As river Kaveri makes, it is very fertile region. Two dams, the Krishnaraj Sagar Dam and Mettur Dam are built on this river. Here, locate two rain-fed and two snow-fed rivers on this given map. Which are the rain-fed and which are the snow-fed? Okay, here we can see these are the snow-feds: Jhelum, Chelab, Ravi, Satluj, Indus, Yamuna, Ganga and Sangpo. Okay, these rivers are the snow-feds. And which are, I have told you, that is, see here, Narmada separates two parts, its north and its south. Okay, Narmada, then Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna, Tapi, these are the rain-fed rivers. See students, the uppermost part is shown the snow-fed because they are originated in the Himalayan ranges and Himalaya has covered with the snow for 12 months. Okay, so these are all are the snow-fed rivers. And from here, from the central India, Narmada, Tapi, Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, these all are the rain-fed rivers. Okay, where they are meeting here, Krishna Bay of Bengal, Godavari Bay of Bengal, Tapi it's go into the Arabian Seas, Narmada also same, Mahanandi in Bay of Bengal. Okay, Kaveri. So these are the two types of river we have seen which are present in our India. Now we have to see the uses of rivers. There are a lot of uses of rivers. See, rivers are a good source of water for all living beings. Water from the rivers is used for drinking, bathing and washing. Farmers depend on the rivers for the producing food. They irrigate the lands with river water, to grow different crops and vegetables. Water from the rivers is stored in the dams to produce electricity. यहाँ पे हमने कुछ डैम्स देखे स्टूडेंट. मैंने बोला था नागार्जुन डैम इज देयर, देन Krishnaraj. Then where is the which dam we have seen? Hirakud Dam is there, Bhakra Nangal Dam is there. So these dams are used to produce the electricity. Dams on rivers. Dams are constructed across the rivers. They form the walls that act like a barriers and stops the rivers from the overflowing. They store and provide water for irrigation and production of hydroelectricity. See, whenever we want to, we will see how farmers are doing the farming. Means they are using the water from the wells as well as with the help of canals. In that canal, which water is coming? That water it is from the dams of the rivers. Okay, which has constructed. They form the walls and that act like a barriers. Which flow is going? They are stopping the water there. They are collecting the water, and that water they are using for the farming as well as for the hydroelectricity. Understand, hydroelectricity, I have told you about the power energy which is present in the water. They are with the help of turbines. Means see students, turbines like this wheels are present, and on that if forcefully we can flow this water, then it will round like this and they will store the electricity in the form of energy, hydroelectricity. Okay, at our home there is a hydroelectricity. Okay, here some points to remember are there. Rivers are large water bodies. They are born high up in the mountains. A river passes through three stages of life: the young river or the upper course, the middle aged river or the middle course, and the old river means lower course. Next, in India, snow-fed and rain-fed are two types of rivers. The Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, and Indus are the snow-fed rivers. They are perennial rivers. The Narmada, Tapi, Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri are the rain-fed rivers. They are seasonal rivers. Water from river is used for the drinking, bathing, washing, and growing food and producing electricity. Here up to this your lesson has finished. In the next video I will discuss with you about the exercise of this lesson number 6, that is rivers of India. Now you should practice of reading. Bye bye.